विनीत मैम आपका साउंड क्लियर नहीं है।
చేదరా वीडियो ऑफ आना చేదరా वीडियो ऑफ आना చేదరా।
हाँ मैम विनीत मैम अभी ठीक है।
अभी ठीक है?
हाँ मैम विनीत मैम अभी ठीक है।
अभी आवाज आ रहा है?
हाँ अभी आ रहा है मैम।
There was some glitch with my speaker. I think it is resolved now. Okay. Sorry for that technical delay. So shall I start my thank you Arpana ma'am for the nice introduction. Actually, we met at Maharashtra during one of my presentations during Global Ayush Summit, and I'm happy to be a part of this seminar webinar now. Good evening, everyone. I'm working as scientist and research officer, and basically I'm a clinical researcher, and one of my research areas is on learning difficulty. So today's presentation is based on the temperament analysis of children with learning difficulty. So if you have any queries, you can just raise your hands or just ask in between. Because this is based on a data collection of students which were done during this baseline data, that is case history taking. So we tried to analyze the temperament of the children using validated scales and classified the children based on the temperament. So this temperament analysis is very important in our homeopathy case taking, because it helps us to differentiate between the particular drugs. When we come to the repertorization chart, when we are having, when we are having 4 or 5 drugs, and for example, if it is coming like lycopodium pulsatilla, natrimur, sulfur, so if the child is belonging to the temperament of natrimur, we can very well exclude lycopodium even though they are of the same repertorial marks. So this temperament is coming under the PDF, that is the potential differential field, which can help us in the final selection of the remedies. And these are some basic traits of the children, and we can also understand what is the predominant temperament which is present in children with learning disability. So this is the nutshell of today's topic. So I'll be going through the presentation in a systematic way that I have gone through that research process, so that you can also understand how this data collection can be done, how it can be compiled, and how it can be finally statistically analyzed for the results, and how it can be converted into a manuscript form. So this presentation is in the manuscript form. So it is now ready to be given to a journal. So the writings and all, you can see that it is as per the journal format. So hope I'm clear with my presentation, and shall I start the screen share now?
Yes ma'am, yes ma'am.
Hope I'm audible. Yes, okay. So please confirm whether the screen is visible for you. I have shared it.
Visible.
Yes, it's visible. Right. So our topic for today's discussion is temperament analysis of children at risk for specific learning disorder, a cross-sectional observational study. So this study, before going on to the topic proper, we'll just say what is temperament. So this is Alport's definition for temperament. It is defined as the phenomena of individual's nature, his susceptibility to emotional situations, his customary strength and response, his prevailing mood, fluctuation, intensity of mood, which are these being phenomena regarded as dependent on the constitutional makeup. This constitution is a word which is not entirely for homeopathy. This is the definition, Alport's definition taken from his textbook. So that is the constitutional makeup of the child that constitutes for that comprises the temperament. So this study we are using, and the study was done like we cannot, before going to this temperament part, I'd like to discuss how these children were selected. So it is the prevalence of learning disability or SLD in this population, child population is 10 to 15% in an Indian environment. In Indian scenario, it is a studies like that. So in order to get a population with adequate sample size, statistically for the results to be statistically significant, we have to get a particular number of children, and that was 140, including dropout. 10 to 15% dropout, it was 140. So we had to screen at least 18 schools under our district block. And for that, we cannot directly go to the schools and start the screening. We have to get permission from the authority. So we had a collaboration with Samagra Shiksha Kerala, and in Kottayam we did that study. And after obtaining that study, we did a randomization of different schools under SSK, and this was done by the block program officer. So after that, we selected 18 government schools and aided schools under the block resource center, and from those schools we did a universal screening. So this term, what is the term universal screening describe? Like, we can do a screening for only the children whom we suspect, but it will be a bias. So this learning disability SLD, it is diagnosed only after the age of 8 years. But in this study, this data is part of the baseline data of a larger, much robust study, and this study is actually aiming to prevent the development of SLD in children who are susceptible or who are at risk for developing SLD. Hope you understand. Like, it is done on a population of children who are 5 to 7 years of age. So these 5 to 7 years, at this age, if we are able to tackle this problem or reduce the intensity of this problem with some constitutional medicines, the child can escape from that full-fledged development of facility after 8 years. So this study was going on a preventive mode. So we had to select children who are at 5 to 7 years of age. So that comes under the lower primary section. So we cannot go and ask who is having learning difficulty, or cannot ask the teachers to give a list of children who are having LD. So we had to move unprejudiced, and we had to do a universal screening for all the children who are coming under 5 to 7 years of age in the lower primary sections of the selected school. So we went to the school, got the children. So if that school is having a population of 50, we would be giving the screening test to hold the population, and there will be a cutoff mark. And if the child is scoring below that cutoff mark, we will consider that yes, this child is having some learning difficulty, and we will be forwarding that list to the class teachers as well as the principal, and they will be holding a meeting with the parents, and we will be giving class to the parents, like these are the problems, or these are the areas of your child where she showed some academic underachievement, and we'll be giving in 3 months time for the parents for improvement. So it's not like that when a child is given a test and she's or he's scoring below that cutoff, he can be labeled as learning difficult. It is not like that. We should rule out all the environmental factors which contributed to the low score. So it may be some environmental factors like lack of inadequate attention at home environment. They may not be paying so much attention since the child is very young. So what we have observed is, if you are screening 50 children from a school, and we are getting about 15 students who are found to have low scores, we found that at least 1/3 of the children improved with adequate attention from parents alone. Another thing which we have noticed is, once we started screening these schools, the teachers were very vigilant regarding teaching the students the basic skills. Like, we are asking only for alphabet writing, A to Z, and number writing, numerals from 1 to 20, before and after for A, B, like 1, 2. Only the basic skills are asked, only the left and right side, writing their names, only the basic skills are sought for. So the students, the teachers were also very vigilant in teaching the students. So after 3 months, we did the screening test again, and we got a list of children. Like, to say, from a population of 50 students, we can get at least 5 students from that list. And from these 5 students, we'll again contact the parents and ask them for the consent. So further interventions require consent from the parents. So up to this time, it was in collaboration with the Block Resource Center Samagra Shiksha Kerala. But beyond this point, if you're going for a further screening or diagnosis, we require a consent from the parent. So we'll educate the parent regarding the necessity of what is the importance of this screening, and what the benefits of the child will be, and how he is going to improve in his academic skills. All these things we educate the parents, and once they consent, we start with the diagnosis proper, and it is using the NIMHANS SLD index level 1. That is, after obtaining consent from the parents, we diagnose the children, and it is done by the special educator as per the Right to Persons with Disability Act. One of the persons for diagnosis, special educator. So that special educator was doing the screening at school. All these processes were done at the school without disturbing the academic environment of the child, with due permissions from all the with all the administrative approvals. So once the child is diagnosed with this LD, we then go for the homeopathic case taking. So in that case taking format, we have incorporated another tool for assessment of the temperament. So we had a research team, like myself, the principal investigator, the medical social worker, the special educator, and this temperament screening was done by the medical social worker, and parents, preferably the mothers, gave information regarding the questions, the temperament scale. So that is it is not possible that we'll get mothers all the time. There are times that we got the information from fathers also, if the mothers were working, or if she's not there, or in some cases the mothers might be working abroad, something like that. That's a scenario in Kerala. So we'll be getting the information from the father also. So I already told that the present study, it is not regarding the diagnosis of SLD, but regarding the aim to determine the temperament of children who are at risk for specific learning disorder. At risk group comprises the children who are at an age of 5 to 7 years, and SLD is diagnosed only after 8 years. So my intention was to prevent. It was in a preventive mode to help the children who are prone to develop LD, because as you know, there is neuroplasticity. The up to the age of 8 to 9 years, there is something known as neuroplasticity, in which the neurons will be continually forming new what to say, there are some development can happen, or some sort of generative changes can happen in the neurons up to a particular age, but beyond that age it is very difficult to correct. So right intervention, early diagnosis, early identification and intervention is very important in neurodevelopmental disorders, particularly in disorders like LD, in which the child is having lots of input during this 5 to 7 years, and that lays the foundation skills for his higher academic levels. So with this, that was the main study regarding, and this study, this particular paper is based on only the baseline data, which is collected based on that particular scale, which assesses the temperament of children, and we'll be coming in proper how this was done. So for any study, we should have an exclusion and inclusion criteria. So as I have already mentioned, this is the way how we are diagnosing the case. At that same time, when we are going to a school and screening in children with a particular tool for LD, we'll be like it is not like that NIMHANS SLD index diagnoses only LD cases. So it can diagnose IED, that is intellectual disability, children with intellectual disability, children with communication disorders or developmental delay, or ASD, autism spectrum disorder, ADHD. But ADHD, you should understand that ADHD children, even though they will be academic, there is some academic underachievement, is not up to the level of LD. That is one of the main observations that we have got in our study. It can be a contributing factor, or it can be a comorbidity with LD, but it is not like that they are so much so much like underachieved like LD. So we can differentiate it correctly after some clinical expertise, after some field experience. So all these cases were included. Even parents who did not consent for the study were also we have to exclude those students due to ethical constraints. So coming to the sample population, so I have already told regarding the prevalence 10 to 15%. So in order to get the sample, we continued the universal screening process, and we had to screen 1,100 children from 18 schools, and 211 children scored inadequately on this NIMHANS SLD index. And as already told, this 211 children, they are comprising this group of children who are learning difficult, and that learning difficulty can be due to a autism spectrum or intellectual disability or developmental delay or many other neurodevelopmental factors, even inadequate attention at home. Like that, many factors will be contributing to that. So out of that 211 students, 50 were excluded due to lack of parental consent. So 50 parents did not agree that their child had some learning difficulty or they deserved some intervention at this point. So we were forced to exclude them, and 21 due to features of other neurodevelopmental disorders. So once if we have to say that the child is having a particular temperament in LD, in a specific neurodevelopment disorder, we have to exclude all the other disorders, all the other neurodevelopmental disorders, so that our objective is met. Our objective is met, like the temperament analysis of children with LD. So during that case taking process, 50 were excluded due to parental consent, and during the case taking process, 3 parents withdrew consent, and we had only, so out of the 140 children, out of this 211, we got 140 children at the last, and out of the 140 children, 3 parents withdrew consent during the case taking process. So thus the final temperament analysis included the data from 137 children. So this was an adequate data for showing the statistical significance for this interventional study. Because it was the sample, 140 was the sample including dropouts. So this particular analysis is an observational study, and we have already mentioned regarding the study setting, and the study duration is 1 year and 4 months. Like this was the enrollment period. We had to organize scams in the schools on a periodic basis in order to screen the children, and it took this much time in order to screen 1,100 children and to obtain the required sample size. So the tool which were used was assessment is temperament schedule, Malhotra and Malhotra, that is published by Agra Psychological Association, and from Chandigarh, and it is from, I forgot the name, Postgraduate Institute. It is a postgraduate institute for mental diseases, and it was a study which is published over there. And this particular temperament schedule, it is widely used in many psychiatric and psychological settings to understand the temperament of the child. And we have adopted the scale, and you can access, or you can purchase the scale from Agra Psychological Corporation, and it is not that much costly. You can get 100 scales, 100 set of scales by paying 1,000 or 1,500, like that. So each this, since it's a copyrighted version or purchase version, you can use only one particular scale, one particular pamphlet for a child. And if you're going for a publication, they will check all these things, like whether the scale is purchased or like that. They will check if you're going for a publication. Then scoring and interpretation, all these things are given in detail in that scale. You can go for that, but I'm not going into how the scoring was done, but definitely we should understand the interpretation. So this measures 5 temperament factors. Hope I'm audible and clear, and because this is a webinar, it is having its own shortfalls, I understand. And if at all you could keep your videos on and listen, I would also understand that there is somebody to listen. Otherwise, it is going a monotonous tone. And if you have any queries, you can just unmute yourself and ask. So we'll be measuring 5 temperamental factors, that is sociability, emotionality, energy, attentivity, and rhythmicity. These 5 factors we'll be assessing using this questionnaires from the interview with the mother. preferably mother. Sociability factor measures a characteristic like approach, withdrawal, adaptability, and threshold of responsiveness. The emotionality measures the mood and persistence of the child, and energy measures how active the child is physically and psychologically, and attentivity measures how distractible the child is, and rhythmicity measures how regular and predictable the biological functions of the child. So all these factors are measured and it is compared with that of the normal children. So this is the scoring and interpretation like sociability, emotionality and energy, attentivity, and these are the scores, and this is the interpretation like very high, high, above average, moderate, below average, and very low average. So very high, high, and above average. These three categories constitute easy child. They're very easy to handle. In our environment also we can see children who are very easy to handle for their parents, and we can also see children who are average or below average, like in this course, and that is slow to warm up children. They are not that easy. It is slow to warm up, and there are children who are low or very low in their temperament, and this definitely constitute the children who are prone to psychiatric disorders. That also we got in our study, this population was very less, and this purely constitute to the children who are prone to some psychiatric disorders. But this is this group is slow to warm up child, that is a moderate to below average too. So this is here you should understand that for the factor attentivity, it measures the distractibility. So high, very high means it is highly distractible. So highly distractible child, child with high distractibility, this constitute to the difficult child category, right? This is in contrast, this is done in the scoring session. If at all you are interested in research, you should take a note of this point. Otherwise, we'll go directly into the interpretation, what the results we have obtained from this study. So for any study like this, we have to obtain the ethical clearance from your institutional review board, and you have to register the study with the Clinical Trial Register of India. It was registered during 2023, and after that we have started the study as we have explained earlier. And what the results we got is there were 137 students like with consent, 78 males and 59 female children who are at risk for SLD. The temperament factors, sociability, emotionality, energy, attentivity, and rhythmicity showed statistically significant difference with a significant p-value in mean scores compared to that. This was a very interesting finding that we got, that these children were highly sociable, very much like emotional and high energy. Emotional means positive factors, positive emotionality factors, and energy, they were active, and attentivity and rhythmicity, I will explain these factors. They showed statistically significant difference when compared to that of the it is not with rhythmicity, there is a typo error. Up to attentivity, they showed a statistically significant difference. That is, the children were more sociable, emotional, with high energy and low attentivity. The attentivity showed a statistically significant difference, means here the attentivity factor is measuring the variable distractibility. So high attentivity factor means high attentivity factor score means high distractibility. The child was more distractive. That is, his attentivity was very low. These are all the positive variable. This is a negative variable. Those children with LD were more distractible when compared to that of the normal children. However, the mean score for a rhythmicity factor was lower than that of the normal. So considering the rhythmicity factor, I'll explain with the table. Like you can see that this is the mean score for LD children. You just look at these scores: 51, 34, 33, 17, and 14. And you can see here that is for the normal children: 45, 30, 30, 15, and 15. And just you compare this 51 with 45. So this 51 is greater. So they are more sociable. LD children more sociable, LD children more emotional, LD children more energy, LD children has more attentivity factor, means more distractible. LD children has less rhythmicity. So rhythmicity should be like less, it is less, like rhythmicity factor is very low when compared to all the other factors, because children majority they are that rhythmicity is supposed to be low, and But we cannot simply say that the rhythmicity is low. It has to be statistically significant. So you can see that the p-value is not less than 0.5 and the t is also not significant. It's a negative value. So we cannot say that the rhythmicity is less compared to that of the normal children, but we cannot say that it was statistically significant. So all these four factors were statistically significant except that of the rhythmicity. So these are the sub-classifications as we have already seen in table number 1, that is very high, high and above average sociability. It comprises the EC child, whereas average and below average comprises the slow to warm up child, and low and very low comprises the difficult child. There was no very low sociability in this 137 children. We could not find a single child with very low sociability variables. So 54 children belong to the functional typology EC child. As per the sociability factors, as per the factor sociability, 54, more than 50% children were EC. And 40% slow to warm up, and only 5.8% was a difficult, and that too comprised by very low sociability category. Similarly, all the other 5 factors were categorized into EC child, slow to warm up child, and difficult child based on these scores. You can see they are very high emotionality, and above average emotionality comprising EC child, and these two group, that is average and below average, comprising the slow to warm up, and low emotionality. You can see 4.4. There is no very low emotionality group in this. None of the children were having this variable very low emotionality. So 57.7% belong to the functional typology EC child. Again, more than 50% child belong to the category EC child. Now coming to the energy factor also, you can see the same distribution here: high, above average, average, and low energy level. And here also we cannot find the very low energy level, and more than 50% again constituted the functional typology EC child. Okay, now attentivity factor also, you can see that 5.8% classified under the functional typology EC child, because attentivity was very less. Highly distractible, 8%, and this is very high distractibility and above average distractibility. This comes under this difficult child category. That is 54% comprise the difficult child when coming to the factor attentivity. Right. Now coming to the rhythmicity factor also, you can find the same distribution, like almost same distribution, like 54% belong to the slow to warm up category. Average and below average rhythmicity, they comprises the slow to warm up category, and low and very low comprise the difficult child category. Here also you got that very low rhythmicity factor. So what we can analyze from the study? There was some difficulty in analyzing the study because the distribution of these functional typology, like you can see, the distribution of these functional typology across the various domains were different. You can see that for the 3 factors, sociability, emotionality, and energy, it was more than 50%. Can be classified as EC child, but you see here, like attentivity was very less, rhythmicity was less, and it comprised only 39.7% of the total population came under EC child when we are computing the whole data set. So we cannot simply say that since more than 50% was coming under this, it is an EC child. We have to go for the chi-square test and see whether it is really statistically, we can say that majority of the child belong to EC. No, it is not like that. While computing this data, we can find that 43.1% of the children belong to the category slow to warm up. This is the category which belong to majority of the children with LD belong to slow to warm up category. Like difficult child, it was 17.2%. Right. So on computing the whole data set, 39.7% belong to EC, 43.1 slow to warm up, and 17.2 to difficult child category, depicting that most children at risk for SLD belong to the slow to warm up functional typology. So what is important? This temperament can have a positive or negative influence of the child. So one example I could extract from some literatures is a child like Bionama et al. Suggests that child's experience will depend upon the temperamental characters. For example, this sanguine temperament, we have learned like sanguine, plethoric, choleric, and phlegmatic temperament. Like Here, sanguine temperament correspond to high sociability. All the features correspond to high sociability who are outgoing, friendly, talkative. And the talkativeness in sociability temperament can distract himself or herself and others during the classroom session, which corresponds to the results of the present study in which majority of the children were highly sociable with high distractibility compared to normal children. So this was one factor which we could find in common. They were highly sociable and highly talkative and highly distractible. These three factors were going hand in hand. So these are all the interpretations regarding like high score on sociability. Child is responsive to the environment, adjustable, adaptable, and uninterrupted. Like child with LD, he or she is a normal child with normal IQ, because the IQ will be above 87, and sometimes it can be a gifted child also with very talented other features, which is maybe not only in academical, it is maybe it may not be in academical areas but other academical areas, and they are emotional and they're with high energy, and the rhythmicity factor was little low and their attentivity score was also little low, but all the other three levels they were very good, functionally very good all in all these three levels. This is the findings of our study. So this is what I have just told, that as the positive factors, and the percentage is high compared to the opposite end of that spectrum for these factors. Okay, and the positive attributes of attentivity were only in this much percent, 5.8 and 28. So when comparing with the overall data set, variation could be obtained between the spectrum's positive and negative attributes. So majority belong to the slow to warm up category. This is our conclusion regarding the study. The children were distractible. Their biological rhythmicity was low compared to that of lower children. And this rhythmicity is compared as an optional variable in this temperament schedule, as it did not emerge as a significant variable related to any of the four factors. And this is finding during the scale validation of the Malhotra's temperament schedule. So we are coming to the conclusion of the study is that the temperament analysis of 137 students aged 5 to 7 years diagnosed with learning difficulties showed that the temperament factors like sociability, emotionality, energy, and distraction varied significantly from those of normal children, whereas the factor rhythmicity did not show a significant difference. Children with LD were more sociable, positive, happy, and exhibited more physical and psychological energy. However, they had fleeting attention and were highly distractible compared to normal children. Although children with LD had low rhythmicity compared to normal children, the results were not statistically significant. This is regarding the conclusion, and these are the references. And before concluding with the slides, I would like to share the data, how we got the data. It was like I told you, it was 1 year and 4 months we had to go around the schools, and there was a research team with me, including all the administrative officials. So I will just share that video with you. Please go through the subtitles because it is in our language, Malayalam. This is our institute, National Homeopathy Research Institute in Mental Health, Kottayam, Kerala.
ദേശീയ മാനസികാരോഗ്യ ഗവേഷണ സ്ഥാപനം ഇത് 1974 കേന്ദ്ര ഗവൺമെന്റ് സമൂഹത്തിലുണ്ടാകുന്ന നിരവധി പ്രശ്നങ്ങൾ, നിരവധി കാര്യങ്ങൾ, ഒരു കുട്ടിയെ എങ്ങനെ എഫക്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നു എന്നുള്ളതിന് വ്യക്തമായ ഉദാഹരണങ്ങളാണ് കണ്ടുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത്. അതിന്റെ ഭാഗമായിട്ട് നമ്മളൊരു തുടങ്ങുകയുണ്ടായി. ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടുകൾ, പഠന വൈകല്യം എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് വൈകല്യം പിന്നീടാണ്. അതിന് മുന്നേ തിരിച്ചറിയുന്ന, ഇതൊരു 7 വയസ്സിന് മുമ്പ് ഉള്ള കുട്ടികൾക്ക് അവർക്കുണ്ടാകുന്ന പഠനത്തിന്റെ ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടുകൾ തിരിച്ചറിഞ്ഞ് അവർക്ക് വേണ്ട കോട്ടയം ജില്ലയിലെ BRC ഡിഫറൻറ്റ് സ്കൂളുകളിൽ നമ്മൾ ഈ പരിപാടി തുടങ്ങുകയും അത് നമുക്ക് വളരെ നല്ല രീതിയിലുള്ള ഒരു എൻകറേജിങ് റിസൾട്ടാണ് കുട്ടികളുടെ ഭാഗത്ത്, മാതാപിതാക്കളുടെ ഭാഗത്ത്. അതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെ ഈ ഒരു പ്രോജക്റ്റ് നമ്മൾ ചെറിയൊരു പൈലറ്റ് മോഡലാണ് തോന്നുന്നത്. വളരെയധികം മറ്റേ സ്കൂളുകളുടെ സപ്പോർട്ടും ഗവൺമെന്റ് മിഷൻ
സമഗ്രശിഷ്ട കേരള കോട്ടയം ജില്ലാ കോർഡിനേറ്ററായിരുന്ന എന്നെ വിളിച്ച് പഠന വൈകല്യത്തെ കുറിച്ചും അതിന്റെ പരിഹാര പ്രവർത്തനങ്ങളെ കുറിച്ചും സംസാരിച്ചു. ലേണിംഗ് ഡിസബിലിറ്റി, അതായത് പഠന വൈകല്യം ഏർലി സ്റ്റേജിൽ, പ്രത്യേകിച്ച് 5 വയസ്സ് കുട്ടികൾക്ക് അതിന് അനുഭവിക്കുന്നതായിട്ടുള്ള മേഖലകൾ കണ്ടെത്തി അതിന് പരിഹാര പ്രവർത്തനങ്ങൾ ചെയ്താൽ പഠന പിന്നോക്കാവസ്ഥകൾ മൊത്തം വൈകല്യത്തെ ഒരു പരിധി വരെയെങ്കിലും കുറയ്ക്കുന്നതിനായിട്ടുള്ള സാധ്യതകൾ ഉണ്ടെന്നാണ്. പൊതുവിദ്യാഭ്യാസത്തിൽ പഠിക്കുന്ന പഠന പിന്നോക്കാവസ്ഥയുള്ള കുട്ടികളെ സ്ക്രീൻ ചെയ്ത് എന്നിവർ അടങ്ങിയ ഒരു സംഘമാണ് ഈ പ്രവർത്തനം മുന്നേറുന്നതിന് ഇടയായിട്ട് തീർന്നു. കുട്ടികളുടെ കോൺസെൻട്രേഷൻ, അതായത് ഏകാഗ്രത വർദ്ധിപ്പിക്കുന്നതിനും ഹൈപ്പർ ആക്ടിവിറ്റി ഉള്ള കുട്ടികളുടെ ഹൈപ്പർ ആക്ടിവിറ്റി കുറയും പ്രകടിപ്പിക്കുന്നതിനും ഇടയായി തീർന്നു. ഓരോ ക്ലാസ്സിലും നിശ്ചയിച്ചിരിക്കുന്ന പഠന നേട്ടങ്ങൾ കുട്ടികൾ കൂടുതലായി നേടുന്നതിനും ഇത് മുഖാന്തരമായി തീർന്നു. ഈ പ്രവർത്തനത്തിലൂടെ കുട്ടികളുടെ പഠനരംഗത്തുണ്ടായ മാറ്റം അധ്യാപകരും രക്ഷിതാക്കളും ഈ പ്രവർത്തനത്തോട് ആഭിമുഖ്യം പ്രകടിപ്പിച്ചില്ല എങ്കിലും കുട്ടികളിലുണ്ടായ മാറ്റമാണ് ഈ പ്രവർത്തനത്തോട് അധ്യാപകരും പ്രവർത്തനങ്ങൾ ഏറ്റെടുത്താൽ വരും കാലങ്ങളിലും കുട്ടികളുടെ യൂട്ടിലൈസേഷൻ വർദ്ധിപ്പിക്കുന്നതിനും അങ്ങനെ കുട്ടികളുടെ നല്ല പൗരന്മാരാണ് ഇതിന്റെ തുടർ പ്രവർത്തനങ്ങൾ പൊതുവിദ്യാഭ്യാസ വകുപ്പും ആയുഷ് വിഭാഗവും ഏറ്റെടുക്കണമെന്ന് അഭ്യർത്ഥിച്ചുകൊണ്ട്.
എന്റെ പേര് രതീഷ് ജെ ബാബു. ചങ്ങനാശ്ശേരി ബ്ലോക്ക് റിസോഴ്സ് സെന്ററിലെ ബ്ലോക്ക് പ്രൊജക്ട് കോർഡിനേറ്റർ ആണ്. ചങ്ങനാശ്ശേരി BRCയും അതുപോലെ കുറിച്ചി നാഷണൽ ഹോമിയോ റിസർച്ച് സെന്ററുമായി ചേർന്നുകൊണ്ട് ലേണിംഗ് ഡിസബിലിറ്റി ഉള്ള കുട്ടികളെ കണ്ടെത്തുന്നതിന് വേണ്ടിയുള്ള ഒരു റിസർച്ച് പ്രോഗ്രാം കഴിഞ്ഞ 2 വർഷമായി ചങ്ങനാശ്ശേരി പരിശോധിച്ചതിന്റെ ഫലമായിട്ട് 140 കുട്ടികൾക്ക് വേണ്ട സ്പെഷ്യൽ എഡ്യൂക്കേഷൻ നൽകുകയും അതോടൊപ്പം ഒന്നായി തന്നെ ഈ BRCയുടെ കീഴിലുള്ള വിദ്യാലയങ്ങളിൽ നടപ്പിലാക്കുന്നതായി കണ്ടെത്താനും സാധിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്.
എന്റെ പേര് സുജാസി ശേഖർ. ഞാൻ അമരപുരം PRDS UP സ്വീകരിക്കുന്നതിന്റെ ഭാഗമായി ചങ്ങനാശ്ശേരി BRCയുടെ നേതൃത്വത്തിൽ കുറിച്ചി ഹോമിയോ റിസർച്ച് സെന്ററിലെ ഡോക്ടേഴ്സിന്റെ നേതൃത്വത്തിൽ നമ്മളുടെ അവയർനെസ് ക്ലാസ്സുകൾ നൽകി പിന്നോക്കം നിൽക്കുന്ന കുട്ടികളെ കണ്ടെത്തി കുട്ടികളുടെ പഠനം എങ്ങനെ മുന്നോട്ട് കണ്ടെത്തി അവർക്ക് അതിനു വേണ്ട റെമഡിയലും അധ്യാപകർക്കും രക്ഷിതാക്കൾക്കുമായിരുന്നു 100% കൂടെ നമുക്ക് കൈവരിക്കാനായിട്ട് സാധിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. താൻ ഏറ്റെടുത്ത ആ ദൗത്യത്തിനോട് പ്രത്യേകിച്ച് പൊതുവിദ്യാലയങ്ങളിലെ ഈ കുഞ്ഞുങ്ങളോട് കാണിച്ച ആ അർപ്പണബോധവും ആ പ്രവർത്തന പ്രയോജനപ്രദമാണ്. ഇത് തുടർന്നും മുന്നോട്ട് കൊണ്ടുപോയാൽ സ്വഭാവ വൈകല്യത്തിലും അവരുടെ പെരുമാറ്റത്തിലുമുള്ള വ്യത്യാസങ്ങളൊക്കെ കണ്ടെത്തി പരിഹരിക്കുകയായിരുന്നു ഇവരുടെ ലക്ഷ്യം.
എന്റെ പേര് പുഷ്പകുമാരി VC. ഡോക്ടർ സ്കൂളുകളിൽ എത്രയും ആ കുഞ്ഞുങ്ങളുടെ പുരോഗതി ചെയ്താൽ പോലും അത്രയും ഒരു പുരോഗതിയിലേക്ക് എത്താൻ ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് കഴിയില്ല എന്നുള്ളതാണ് ഒരു വസ്തുത.
ആ കുഞ്ഞുങ്ങളെ കൂടുതൽ ആക്റ്റീവായിട്ട് ക്ലാസ്സിലെ പ്രവർത്തനങ്ങളിലും സ്കൂളിലെ പ്രവർത്തനങ്ങളിലും പങ്കുകാരാകുന്നതും കാണുവാനായിട്ട് സാധിച്ചതിൽ വളരെയധികം സന്തോഷമുണ്ട്.
ഞാൻ മാടപ്പള്ളി ഗവൺമെന്റ് LP സ്കൂളിലെ ഹെഡ് മിസ്സസ് ആശ ജോസഫാണ്. നമ്മുടെ കുറിച്ചി ഹോമിയോ റിസർച്ച് സെന്ററിന്റെ ഭാഗമായിട്ട് മതിയായ പഠന പിന്തുണ നൽകി അവരിന്ന് ഏറ്റവും നല്ല കുട്ടികളായിട്ട് പഠനത്തിൽ മുന്നോട്ട് വന്നിരിക്കുന്ന ഒരു കാര്യം തന്നെയാണ്. രക്ഷിതാക്കളും അതിൽ കുറിച്ചി ഹോമിയോ റിസർച്ച് സെന്ററിന്റെ ഭാഗമായിട്ട് ഡോക്ടർ എന്റെ കുട്ടികളെ ഇവിടെ പരിശോധിക്കാൻ വരികയും അതിന് പുറമെ എന്നെ വിളിക്കുകയും ചെയ്തിരുന്നു. അപ്പൊ മക്കൾക്ക് അക്ഷരങ്ങള് തിരിച്ചറിയാൻ സാധിക്കാത്തൊരു അവസ്ഥ ഉണ്ടായി. അപ്പൊ എനിക്കത് അറിയാമായിരുന്നു, പക്ഷെ അത് നമ്മളതിന് മരുന്നോ കാര്യങ്ങളോ ഒന്നും ചെയ്തിട്ടില്ലായിരുന്നു. അപ്പൊ ഡോക്ടർ പറഞ്ഞനുസരിച്ച് ഞാൻ 6 മാസം മുമ്പ് ട്രീറ്റ്മെന്റ് തുടങ്ങി. അപ്പൊ അതിന്റെ ഫലമായി എനിക്ക് എന്റെ അതീവ സംതൃപ്തിയാണ്.
ഞാൻ സിസ്റ്റർ അനില. അവരുടെ കുറവുകൾ കണ്ടെത്തി മെച്ചമായ മെഡിസിൻ
ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട്.
ഇനിയും ഇത് തുടർന്നും ഇതുപോലെ ഉള്ള ഒരു സേവനം ഉണ്ടാവട്ടെ എന്ന് ഞങ്ങൾ ആഗ്രഹിക്കുകയാണ്.
എൻ്റെ പേര് ജോയ്. ഹോമിയോ റിസർച്ച് സെന്ററിന്റെ ഈ ഒരു പരിപാടി വളരെയേറെ ഞങ്ങൾ അംഗീകാരം നൽകിക്കൊണ്ട്
ഡോക്ടർമാർ വന്നിട്ട് അവരെ കൗൺസിൽ ചെയ്ത് പേരൻസുമായിട്ട് വളരെ സമയം ചെലവഴിച്ചിട്ട് അവരുടെ പ്രശ്നങ്ങൾ കണ്ടെത്തിയിട്ട് അവർക്ക് വേണ്ട പേരൻസും വളരെ ശ്രദ്ധയോടുകൂടി ഈ കാര്യങ്ങൾക്ക് മുൻകൈ എടുക്കുകയും വേണ്ട മരുന്നുകളോട് ഞങ്ങൾക്കുള്ള നന്ദി.
ഹോമിയോ റിസർച്ച് സെന്റർ ഈ രീതിയിലുള്ള ഒരു പ്രവർത്തനം
ആണ്. ഞാൻ പ്രകടമായ മാറ്റം തന്നെയുണ്ട്. ശരിക്കും പറഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ അവർ ചെയ്യുന്ന സേവനങ്ങളെ കൃത്യമായിട്ട്
അവർക്ക് ഹോമിയോയിൽ നിന്നും മെഡിസിൻ മേടിച്ച് കൊടുക്കാൻ തുടങ്ങിയ പിന്നെയാണ് ഇതായത് ഒരു പുരോഗമനം കണ്ടു തുടങ്ങിയത്. അവർക്ക് അക്ഷരങ്ങളൊന്നും അറിയത്തില്ലായിരുന്നു, സ്പെല്ലിങ്ങുകളും അങ്ങനെയൊന്നും അറിയത്തില്ലായിരുന്നു. അക്ഷരങ്ങൾ ഐഡന്റിഫൈ ചെയ്യാനൊക്കെ ഭയങ്കര പാടായിരുന്നു. ഓരോ ഘട്ടത്തിലും അവർ നമ്മളും വീട്ടിൽ ഇരുന്ന് നല്ലതായിട്ട് എഴുതി പഠിപ്പിച്ചു ഒക്കെ ചെയ്താൽ അവർ പെട്ടെന്ന് മറന്നു പോകുമായിരുന്നു. അങ്ങനെ വന്നപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ ഈ ട്രീറ്റ്മെന്റ് കണ്ടിന്യൂ ചെയ്ത് ഇപ്പൊ ഒത്തിരിയും പുരോഗമനം അവർക്ക് രണ്ടുപേർക്കും വന്നിട്ടുണ്ട്. പിന്നെ അവർക്ക് രാത്രി ഉറക്കമില്ലായ്മയും പിന്നെ ക്ലാസ്സിൽ അടങ്ങിയിരിക്കാത്ത കാര്യങ്ങളും അങ്ങനെയെല്ലാം കുറെ പ്രശ്നങ്ങളുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. അതിലെല്ലാം ഒത്തിരി അവർക്ക് മാറ്റം വന്നിട്ടുണ്ട്. പിന്നെ ഏറ്റവും നമ്മൾ പഠിപ്പിക്കുമ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് അവരെ ഒന്നും കൂടെ മനസ്സിലാക്കി എടുക്കാനുള്ള അവർക്ക് കഴിവ് കുറെ ആയിട്ടുണ്ടെന്നുള്ളതാണ് ഏറ്റവും വലിയ ഉപകാരമായിട്ട് തോന്നിയേക്കുന്നത്. പിന്നെ ക്ലാസ്സിലൊക്കെ ആണെങ്കിലും അവർക്ക് എഴുതുന്നതും പെൻസിൽ പിടിക്കാനും പിന്നെ കോൺസെൻട്രേറ്റ് ചെയ്യാനും ഒക്കെ ഇപ്പം കൂടുതലും അവർക്ക് സാധിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്.
ജിൻസി NHRIMHലെ മെഡിക്കൽ സോഷ്യൽ വർക്കറാണ്. മുതലേ ഈ പ്രോജക്റ്റിന്റെ ഭാഗത്തിന്റെ ഇടയ്ക്ക് അവയർനെസ് വളരെ കുറവാണ്. ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരു സാഹചര്യത്തിലാണ് മാഡത്തിന്റെ നേതൃത്വത്തിൽ ഈ പ്രോജക്റ്റ്
സ്പെഷ്യൽ എഡ്യൂക്കേറ്റർ ആണ്. ചങ്ങനാശ്ശേരി BRCയും കുറിച്ചി ഹോമിയോ റിസർച്ചിന്റെ പ്രശ്നങ്ങൾ പരിഹരിക്കുവാനും മരുന്നിലൂടെയും മറ്റ് ഇന്റർവെൻഷൻ മാർഗത്തിലൂടെയും സഹായകരമായി.
നമസ്കാരം, എൻ്റെ പേര് അരുൺ. ഞാൻ കുറിച്ചി ഹോമിയോ റിസർച്ച് എന്ന ലേണിംഗ് ഡിഫിക്കൽറ്റി പ്രശ്നം കണ്ടുപിടിക്കുക, അത് വേണ്ട ഇന്റർവെൻഷൻ ഇപ്പം വർക്കിംഗ് ആണ്. അപ്പം അതിനനുസരത്തിൽ നമുക്ക് 150ഓളം കുട്ടികൾക്കും ഇങ്ങനെയുള്ള പെർമിഷൻ മേടിച്ച് ചെയ്യും. ഒരു സ്കൂളിൽ നമ്മൾ കുട്ടികളെ സ്ക്രീൻ ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ അവിടെ LD പ്രോബ്ലംസ് മാത്രമല്ല ഉള്ളത്, പലതരത്തിലുള്ള പ്രോബ്ലംസ് ഉണ്ട്. അത് ചിലപ്പം കണ്ടക്ട് ഡിസോർഡർ ആവാം, ഇന്റലക്ച്വൽ ഡിസബിലിറ്റി ആവാം, ADHD ഇന്റർവെൻഷൻസും പരിപാടിയും കാര്യങ്ങളൊക്കെ കൊടുക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. അപ്പൊ അതിനു വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് നമ്മുടെ ഹോസ്പിറ്റലിൽ ചൈൽഡ് സൈക്കാട്രി
ചെയ്ത ശേഷം ഡയഗ്നോസിസിന് സ്ക്രീനിങ് ടെസ്റ്റ് കൊടുക്കും. കുട്ടികൾ ഇംപ്രൂവ്മെന്റ് ആയിട്ടാണ് നമ്മൾ കുട്ടികളുടെ വീട്ടിൽ വെച്ച് അവർക്ക് പഠനത്തിൽ വേണ്ട സപ്പോർട്ട് ഒക്കെ കൊടുക്കാനുള്ള നിർദ്ദേശങ്ങൾ എല്ലാം നമ്മളെ ക്ലാസ്സിൽ വെച്ച് കൊടുത്തിരുന്നു. അങ്ങനെ ഒരു 3 മാസം ആ കുട്ടിക്ക് കണ്ടിന്യൂസ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു ഇന്റർവെൻഷൻ വീട്ടിൽ തന്നെ ഒരു ഇൻപുട്ട് കൊടുത്ത ഷെഡ്യൂൾ ക്ലാസ്സസ് ആയിട്ടും ഈ കുട്ടികളുടെ നോട്ട്സ് ശ്രദ്ധിക്കുന്നതായിട്ടും ഒക്കെ ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ കുറെ അധികം കുട്ടികൾ അങ്ങനെ തന്നെ ഇംപ്രൂവ് ആയി പോയിരുന്നു. 3 മാസത്തിന് ശേഷം നമ്മൾ നിംഹാൻസിന്റെ കൺസെന്റ് എടുക്കും. പാരന്റ്സിന്റെ സമ്മതത്തോടുകൂടി മാത്രമേ നമുക്ക് ഈ പ്രൊജക്ട് പിന്നീട് ഞങ്ങൾ ഇന്റൻസീവ് ആയിട്ട് സ്പെഷ്യൽ എഡ്യൂക്കേഷൻ നമ്മൾ സ്കോർസ് കമ്പയർ ചെയ്തപ്പോൾ ബേസ് ലൈനിൽ നിന്നും അതായത് പ്രൊജക്ടിന് ശേഷവും മുൻ കോർഡിനേറ്റേഴ്സ് ആയ മാണി സർ, രാജേഷ് ബാബു സർ, രാധാകൃഷ്ണൻ സർ. That was some സപ്പോർട്ട് കുട്ടികൾക്ക് കൊടുക്കേണ്ട ഇന്റർവെൻഷൻസ്, നമ്മുടെ നിർദ്ദേശം സ്വീകരിക്കൽ, അങ്ങനെ എല്ലാ കാര്യത്തിലും അവർ തന്ന ഒരു സപ്പോർട്ട്, അതുപോലെ എന്റെ ഒപ്പം നിന്ന കുട്ടികൾ, ഇവർക്ക് എല്ലാവർക്കും ഈ ഒരു അവസരത്തിൽ ഞാൻ നന്ദി അറിയിക്കുന്നു. Hope the message of the video was clear and the slide was also shared. Can anyone give me a response? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So this was regarding my presentation for today. So I would like to ask whether there is any queries which you would like to ask regarding the methodology or results, or how to the project implementation of protocol, whatever you are having doubts, you're free to ask me. Arpana ma'am.
Dr. Nivedha ma'am.
Yes.
Hello,
Yes,
Dr. Nivedha ma'am.
yes. Yes, I'm. You're audible. Please go ahead.
ऑडियंस में किसी का कोई क्वेश्चन है तो आप लोग क्वेश्चन पूछ सकते हो, मैम आंसर दे।
Yes.
So this was only a small part of that study.
Yeah. Hello, ma'am.
Yes, yes.
Good evening, Jai Shri
Good evening.
Krishna. I'm actually National Vice President of Ayush. Absolutely, Nivedha. Actually, I was very eagerly. I was waited for the what will be the research and for how you choose the temperament and how you treat the patient and the improvement of the ratio. But it's okay. Presentation was too
So
good. But
you're talking about the intervention, ma'am, the homeopathic aspect.
absolutely, although we
Yes,
are
yes.
working with the SLA child with homeopathic aspect, then how they are, and you have told the most important is temperament. Then the based on the temperament, how we choose the medicine.
Yes,
And
that is
the medicine,
another topic, ma'am. Today's topic was this. Hopefully, we can present it in another presentation. I'll be doing that.
okay,
Yes.
okay, because of actually we need that one, that part. See how much acidics are improving in homeopathic treatment, that also in which potency is particularly responding them,
We
how
have
much
the data.
duration.
We have that data. That is a bigger trial.
Okay,
It requires for me at least
okay.
2 hours. Like 3
Actually,
hours.
yeah, no problem. We are preparing for that for 2 hours. Actually, we want to know what is the result. That is
Like
the
I
most
can just
important thing for us.
concise. I can just concise regarding the results. Like we were giving enhanced SLD index level 1 and level 1 before and after interventions. Like intervention was for 1 year, and before and after intervention, there is a placebo arm also. Like there is an
Yeah,
intervention,
yeah, yeah.
there is a placebo
And
arm also.
you didn't show here, you didn't present here the
It is not the
questionnaires
topic.
actually.
It was not the topic here. It was not the topic.
Okay,
It was only analysis.
so you didn't put the questionnaires. Uh, Actually, there must be a format of the questionnaires
It is there.
to ask the parents or to the
Is
child like that.
that you can just get from you can Google it. You can Google it. Just
Yeah,
write it
yeah,
down.
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
know that.
yes,
But
yes.
which, uh, which question set you used to use in CCRH? That was actually, I was very interested. Even after I am so exhausted, I listened completely from the start to last because I want to know the questionnaires and what is the how to selection the medicine and potency and the repetition and the result. just like
Okay,
that.
yes, the
Okay.
topic is different, ma'am. Yes, the topic is different, and the questionnaire you can purchase because it is a
Yeah,
copyrighted
I
work.
know that. I know that. I know that. I
And
know.
it is not typical for CCRH. In CCRH also, we are selecting the tools which are already validated. Validated tools we are selecting. There is no particular tool for CCRH, even though we are developing many tools. It is not like that. This is only for it is something which is related to
Yeah.
psychology.
If doctor can also himself or herself can develop the tool, there is no restriction to create the new tool. But
But
that
we
should
have
be
to validate
implemented.
it, madam. It is not like that we can just create and just construct a tool and just start administering it. We have to validate it.
Okay.
Unless or
Then,
until we
ma'am,
validate the tool,
just
we cannot like this. If this result has to be published, like this is a manuscript which I have shown you, and if this result has to be published, this tool must be validated. Otherwise, no journals will accept it.
absolutely. I request to Dr. Arpana on which day of the month next session for 2 hours when you will available and there will be no problem we can join.
Yes.
It will be so interesting for
Yeah.
all of us. I have informed many persons regarding you have to listen what is the research going on actually. Even I've informed to my fiancé also. And you must join this webinar. Okay, ma'am. Your
Yes.
presentation was too good,
Thank you.
too appreciable, and you are doing very good work. Actually, good work to the power n. And actually, I want to start. Just we are now. I am doing Babugiri. Although I am director of the college, but doing the Babugiri only. Nuisance things. NCH has been implemented. But I want to do the research particularly because of I have completed PhD and that is in a very seriously way. So uh, I want to start particularly based on the SLE, yeah, ADHD, or in case of children. Those which are very complicated in homeopathy, but all people used to go for allopathy. Then it is very important for me. I'll do the research on it, and I also want to present, publish the serial case taking. All these are pending for me. So you are doing very well and you are in a very good position that you are doing. Although I am director, medical superintendent, PG coordinator, PhD coordinator, maximum renowned personalities have been completed their PhD under me. I don't want to take their name, but I am doing Babugiri only because of NCS nuisance thing. I'm
Don't. It is not
yeah,
like that.
but
This sometimes we
uh,
have to do. Depends on
no.
position.
Since last 25 years, I'm doing Babugiri only. So all the data is just you have to do this and you have to do that. Only these things. Except then the development of the patients and research plan, you have to plan out. Now we have also PG students, but I'll try as
Yes,
soon as
ma'am, if you
possible.
are interested, you can just allot some of the students for your PhD who is coming over there. You can allot these topics to the students. We can create it. We can just develop a protocol, get it approved from the committees, and get approval from the authorities. We can move ahead. If there is a team, we should have a team. You are in such a good position that
No, there is the problem. I have no team. Those who are interested for the research and they have the knowledge regarding doing the research work, what is the protocols we have to follow. Just I'm working in a very, just I can't say. Let's see. But your presentation was too good, and I learned a lot from your presentation. I'm heartily thankful to you. My 1 hour was so fruitful. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, ma'am. Heartily
Thank
thankful
you.
to you. And you gave us 1 hour, more than 1 hour time, and I take your 10 minutes extra. Uh, Thank you so much, dear. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dr.
Feedback. Thank you.
Arpana?
Now I am Dr. Over to Dr. Rumjun Singh, madam.
Okay,
Hello, Dr.
okay. Doctor, yes, Dr. Rumjun, what you want to say? Please present yourself. Anywhere?
गुड इवनिंग मैम।
Rumjun?
हाँ मैं रुंजू मैम, हाँ मैम रुंजू मैम, माइक ऑन कीजिए, आपका माइक ऑफ है, वीडियो ऑन है, माइक ऑफ है, थोड़ा माइक ऑन कीजिए। मैम आपका साउंड नहीं आ रहा है।
Dr. Rumjun, where are you? Are you here?
हाँ है रुंजू मैम है, स्क्रीन में आया है, वीडियो में आया है, लेकिन मैम का साउंड नहीं आ रहा।
नहीं, वो first time available थे. I think now she is not here. I think,
नहीं रुंजू मैम है, लेकिन रुंजू मैम का साउंड नहीं आ रहा है हम लोग। पिक्चर आ गया
joined one. Yeah. Also, she has opened the mic also. No. Dr. Rumjum, please. Actually, ma'am has not that much time to just enter with us.
अरे मैम सबको
Help madam. There may be some like she may not be able to unmute herself. You can help her. There is no issue. You can
No. She has been unmuted herself.
रुंजू मैम आपका साउंड नहीं आ रहा है हम लोग के पास।
चाय पी रहोगे?
रुंजू मैम आप प्लीज आप दोबारा ज्वाइन कीजिए तो अच्छा होगा। विजिट करके फिर से लिंक को ज्वाइन कीजिए।
When rejoin, it will be automatically connected. And like the speaker she has connected, maybe it must be something different.
मैडम आपने फिर माइक ऑफ कर दिया। रुंजू मैम आप फिर आप माइक ऑफ कर दे, फिर आप दोबारा से ज्वाइन कीजिए मैम, प्लीज मैम दोबारा से ज्वाइन कीजिए, आप लॉग आउट करके दोबारा ज्वाइन कीजिए। रिजॉइन प्लीज मैम।
Sir, ma'am will be joining soon, sir, within a couple of minutes.
थैंक यू निवेदा मैम, सॉरी, थैंक यू लवण मैम।
Report as per just which teacher has research has been completed. Then actually we can happy much more than today. Heartily thankful to you, dear, and wish you all the best. Go ahead. If there is any need from Aisha or from myself, you can get my number from Dr. Arpana. All are with you. Again, wish you all the best and thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much for your encouraging words, and I will be happy to share the research outcome. I am waiting 2 more months for the final analysis, so I'll be happy to share the results and the scores which I am seeing. They're significantly different, and with the final analysis, we'll meet again. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay, we are waiting for that. Eagerly waiting for that. Okay, thank you, dear. Thank you so much. Okay, bye.
I can leave now, right? Can leave the meeting.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. And bye,
Thank you.
everyone. Thank you all for your
Bye.
patient listening. Thank you.
Bye, everyone. Thank you so much for the cooperation.
Dr. Lavan ma'am, thank you so much. Dr. Nivedita ma'am, thank you, Dr. Rumni ma'am.
एक बार ये फोटो ले लो इसका
मैडम सबको बोलिए वीडियो